It's me, your little boy, K. Samson. I have this word to give us today. Don't be offended by my word, because if you miss this word, you missed road, and you may miss a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you may end up regretting it later. And this one, you don't need prayer. You know what I'm saying? Listen, the truth is this: if you are not desperate, if you are not desperate for something, if you're not desperate for change, if you're not desperate to succeed, if you're not desperate to put boundaries, if you're not desperate to elevate, if you're not desperate to work hard, if you're not desperate to do well, you will never encounter change in your life. Don't let nobody up there deceive you. To God who made me, and to the Lord who have given me the opportunity to have this privilege to speak to amazing people like you that is watching me right now, I will not lie to you, either death or life. The truth is that if you are not desperate for change, change will never occur. This is something that my dad let me know when I was at a tender age, but I do used to play with it, because when I was a kid, I do used to follow my dad to farm, go to farm every day. My dad will not go to farm without me. Sometimes my dad will go to some occasion. You know what I'm saying? My dad will go to some occasion, because my dad, apart from farm, there is something we call Paimui Taipa. My dad, that is one of his job. You know what I'm saying? So anytime my dad is not around, whether I go church, I don't go church, my father don't give a damn about that. Yes, you must go church. He wants you to go church. But after that church, once it's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, he always wants me to go and do that if he is not available. So one day I was sitting along with the elders with my dad. They were talking. They said the word. He said, if you are that kind of, because in my father occasion, there is a name that they do used to bear. That name simply means a hand. It is hand that do or that make the money, but it take knowledge to gather the money. Meaning that ekakba, but uche dome. Igbo will understand this. Eka people will understand this. So what am I trying to say is this: if you are not desperate to encounter change, you will never. Forget about the prayer you are praying. Forget about the fasting you are fasting. If you are not desperate to encounter change, this is something that occurred in my life when I was in my former place. I stayed with someone for 3 years. I was thinking everything will be okay, everything will be all right. All my years, I go school. That is why I still have the courage to be doing all those stuff. My going to school was never a waste. And that is why I also appreciate her. Thank God for giving me the opportunity to meet someone who make me strong, and at the same time, someone who give me the privilege never to trust anyone in my life again. Yes, because affliction will never rise again. You got me saying? So what am I trying to say is this: if you are not desperate to make change, trust me, change will never occur. If you are that kind of person, you are folding your hand. You are folding your hand every day. You are folding your hand every morning. You are folding your hand every minute. There is not going to be change in your life. It's not a cause. It's not a family cause. It's not a family background. This is why I love my mentor. You know what I'm saying? I loved my brother. I loved my GO. I love him so much. When I start working, he start to tell me some certain stuff. He said, now that you are working, I don't want you to waste what you are working right now. Because you remember, I don't know where you based, how it look like, and I have not been there, but you remember that in Nigeria, there is nothing like pension. There is nothing like you are old. Government will start to take good care of you. I look at it, I said, what do you want now? What do you want us to do? He said, okay, now that you are working, you have to make a move. to protect your old age. Because many of us today are believing that God will make a change. God will make life better. God will make things become good. The truth is that God can only make a change if you make the change. Trust me. Because trust me, many of us are waiting for God to come and make us rich. Many of us are waiting for God to come overnight and turn our situation around. In sense of you are not what you are working right now, or you are not working right now, and you are believing that God is going to make you rich one day. So if you are folding your hand up there, trust me, there will never be change. And the Bible have made it clear that there is no food for lazy person. The Bible also make it known to us that a devil man, a hand that is full is a devil man workshop. Meaning that it simply means indirectly that work without faith is what? Is indeed in vain, a sin. You are praying, you are not working. Because the truth is that many of us have been brainwashed that God is going to make life, God is going to turn our around. You know, like those days when I was in Africa, even when I visited Africa, I went to one church. This is how they were prophesying to a lot of youth. This year you will make it. This year you will prosper. Everything will be all right. But if you fold your hand, the change will not occur. This is why I'm sorry for telling you the truth. You have to make the change. Why God will keep backing you up. Look at the situation of David. If David did not make the move to keep the Goliath, there will never be a change for him to end up become the king. If Esther did not make the move to pray and work hard, she will have never end up as a queen. So you have to make the move. Remain blessed.